week 2 of the fantasy football season, and here's a few kickers I looked at off the wire this week. The first kicker, Nick Folk of the Tennessee Titans. So Folk fits right in with this Titan team like he did with the Patriots, where he's just going to get a lot of field goals, and this is a Titan team that just can't find the end zone with Tannehill's poor play at quarterback. I know they got Derrick Henry, but not each and every game he's going to find the end zone here. So in his first game with the Titans, in that one, 18 fantasy points, 220-plus yarders, 230. Then he had a 30, 39-yarder, 40, 49-yarder, and a 50-plus yarder. It also helped that he did play indoors in this ball game at the New Orleans Saints. But right here, Nick Folk, he's a solid kicker. He's been in the league now 16 seasons, and he just knows how to get the job done. And like I said, he's on a Titan team that's not going to find the end zone that much this season, where their offense, I believe, is going to be inconsistent. I know they got the names Hopkins, Derrick Henry, you got a Congo's a decent tight end, and Traylon Burks, but it's going to be inconsistent, and the chances are going to be there for Folk. So right now, he's available in 80% of fantasy league. This is Jake Moody of the San Francisco 49ers, so a high-powered offense over there in San Francisco, obviously, and the opportunities are going to be there, no doubt about it, for Moody. He had a big fantasy day with a 30, 39-yarder, 240-plus yarders, and 3 extra points. And right now, this Niner team's loaded with Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and Christian McCaffrey on the offense. And in week 2, it's a nice indoor game at division rival Los Angeles Rams. So right now, Moody available in tons of fantasy leagues at 82%. And in an offense like San Francisco, like I mentioned, the opportunities are going to be there for him. And he's definitely a kicker that's on the rise and a guy to add. We thought he might have not played this week, but he was cleared and good to go. The next kicker is Blake Rupp of the New Orleans Saints in his debut here. Rupp had a good ball game, a 20, 29-yarder, 30, 39-yarder, a 50-yarder in that one, and an extra point in that ball game. So right now, he's playing good football as Rupp. Right now, Rupp beat out Will Lutz for the spot, and Lutz got traded to go back with former head coach Sean Payton to the Denver Broncos. In week 2, he's got another matchup where I think he's going to get opportunities at the Carolina Panthers on Monday Night Football, the first of the doubleheader in week 2. So right now, this Saint offense, I think it's a middle-of-the-pack type of offense. They got some weapons, obviously. Chris Olave, Jamal Williams in the backfield. Michael Thomas, if he's healthy, can still make some plays. And Rashid. But right now, Rupp's going to get opportunities. And obviously, they like him over there in New Orleans. Beating out Lutz for a reason. So available in tons of leagues at 98%. I would give him an ad this week. Next kick is Chase McLaughlin of the Tampa Bay Bucks. So McLaughlin last season, he was a very solid kicker, obviously, with the Indianapolis Colts. And McLaughlin beat out Suckup for the job here coming into the offseason. So he had 10 fantasy points in week 1 in that ball game in Minnesota. In week 2, Chicago Bears come to town, where more opportunities should be available for McLaughlin in that one, even though I know he's pretty much used to playing in the dome for the majority of his career, especially last season, like I said, with the Indianapolis Colts, and some of the road games as well in the division were on the road. But anyway, he's got a good boot. He could kick it deep. He had a 57-yarder in this ball game here as McLaughlin. And he's on a middle-of-the-pack type of Tampa Bay offense, where I believe there's going to be a lot of drives that stall out, and they're going to have to settle for field goals. So right now, we know he's got a big boot. He had a good season last year with the Colts, and I think here in Tampa Bay, he could be a kicker hovering around anywhere from the top 10 to 15 weekly, possibly, as McLaughlin. And he's available 99% of fantasy leagues. And the fifth and final kicker I looked at off the wire is Brandon McManus of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So Brandon McManus, he's been a solid kicker throughout his career with the Broncos. And then the Broncos cut him loose in the offseason, and now he signed on here with the Jaguars. And in week 1, a 45-yarder and 4 extra points. In week 2, there's going to be opportunities here for him once again versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously a ball game where you got to put points on the board if you want to keep up with this offense. And we know McManus, he could kick it from 50-plus anywhere, anytime. He's in a high-powered offense over there in Jacksonville, and the opportunities will be there, either extra points or a few field goals a game, I believe. So right now, while he's available in 61% of fantasy leagues, he's a kicker I would add this week. So that's a few kickers I looked at off the waiver wire for week 2 of the fantasy football season.